Hey everybody, this is Jimmy with This Movie Sucks, the channel where we watch bad movies so you don't have to. Today on Behind the B Movie, we take a look at the 1984 horror monster movie C.H.U.D. So make sure to put on your rain boots because we are going stomping around the sewers of old New York, and don't forget to like and subscribe. C.H.U.D, or Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers, is a 1984 American science fiction horror film directed by Douglas Sheik. This would be one of the only features that Sheik would direct, but he would have a promising film career as an editor for documentaries. The film starred John Hurt as savvy photographer George Cooper. Once a prominent fashion photographer, has since foregone fame and fortune. His current project is New York's homeless population, specifically those known as the Undergrounders, or people who reside within the bowels of the city. Hurt is most notable for his role as Peter McAllister from Home Alone, but has had a long career in film and television, including Gladiator, Entourage, and The Sopranos. Oddly enough, he is not the only actor in the film that would later be cast in Home Alone, as the film also stars Daniel Stern, who is most notable as playing Marv the burglar in the Home Alone franchise. But although they were both in Home Alone, they do not share any screen time in that film. Daniel Stern plays A.J. the Reverend Shepard, who runs a local homeless shelter. Shepard believes recent events to be part of a massive government cover-up, and he has the evidence to prove it. Stern has had a long career on the silver screen, particularly in the comedy genre, appearing in Born in East LA, City Slickers, Bushwhacked, Very Bad Things, and he was also the voice of Dilbert. Playing hard-nosed Captain Botch in his film debut is Christopher Curry, a notable character actor you might recognize from, you guessed it, Home Alone 3. You know who else plays a cop in this movie in a brief appearance I bet he regrets? Is John Goodman. Now, for a B movie, this is a pretty solid cast. I mean, who doesn't want to see John Goodman fight sewer monsters? The film opens with a woman, Flora Botch, walking her dog down an empty, darkened city street. As she passes by a manhole, a creature attacks Miss Botch and drags her and the dog into the sewers. Laurie Madhouse, the movie's first on-screen victim, is the real-life wife of Daniel Stern. The plot concerns the photographer, the police officer, and the Reverend as they begin to investigate the strange disappearances of the homeless people around the city, prompting stories of humanoid monsters that live below the city in the sewers. These monsters were dubbed C.H.U.Ds, or an acronym for Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dweller, but it also means Contamination Hazard Urban Disposal, as one can barely read the crates of toxic waste materials. The original concept art of the C.H.U.Ds, featured in the still gallery on the Anchor Bay DVD release, shows that their faces looked more animal-like in nature. The appearance would change just to make them seem more otherworldly or menacing. These monsters do show up in some strange places, hanging around the sewers and all, but one place I didn't think they'd end up was on the PS2 game Tony Hawk Underground. That's right, if you want more C.H.U.D action, or should I say, Thud action, you have to unlock this character and join the hidden character list, including Iron Man and Gene Simmons. The monsters and the movie had an impact on emerging horror icon Jordan Peele. He stated that C.H.U.D was one of his inspirations for the movie Us, so much so that he hid an Easter egg in the movie. As you can see, a VHS version of C.H.U.D in the background of one of the opening scenes. The film's score had a huge fan following. Rolling Stone ranked the soundtrack for C.H.U.D number 35 on their list of best horror movie soundtracks. It was composed by British musician Martin Cooper. Martin Cooper was part of a dark synth scene, but would later be part of a Doctor Who-obsessed synth pop band, Dalek I Love You. C.H.U.D was given a limited release theatrically by New World Pictures, beginning August 31st, 1984. The film opened at 13th at the box office, grossing $1,762,922, with an average gross of $5,686 in 310 theaters. The second week saw it dropping to 14th place at the box office, with a gross of only $834,465 and a worldwide gross of $2,846,756. C.H.U.D was released by Home Video and Betamax on VHS by Media Home Entertainment in 1984. The film was released on DVD by Anchor Bay Entertainment on January 30th, 2001. The company released the film again in 2008 as part of the Cult Fiction series. In 2011, as an April Fool's Day joke, the Criterion Collection, the United States' most prestigious distributor of home video, announced that they were releasing a special edition DVD and Blu-ray disc of the film. It was later assigned to the Music Room from 1958, but they were just poking fun at fans. Image Home Entertainment would release the film in 2011 and then again in 2012 as part of a 2-disc multi-feature alongside Children of the Corn, Creepshow 2, and House. The 2-disc special edition was released on DVD and Blu-ray by Arrow Video on November 22, 2016. Its reception did not go well. Lawrence Van Gelder from the New York Times stated in his review for the film, "C.H.U.D makes no pretension towards serious thesis about government or the environment. It is meant to be a light, comical entertainment, and in the category of horror films, it stands as a praiseworthy effort." Keith Phillips of the AV Club wrote, "Perfect for bleary-eyed late-night viewing and pretty much unwatchable at any other hour." Patrick Nugel of DVD Verdict called it fun film that focuses more on entertainment than deeper issues. Joshua Rothkopf of Time Out New York included it in Time Out's list as the best New York set films, calling it more funny than scary. Bloody Disgusting rated it a 4.5 out of 5 stars and called it definitely one of B-Movie's best kept secrets. In issue 32 of Fangoria, producer Andrew Bonini referred to the film as an expensive-looking film, an expensive concept. It's a high-quality kind of picture. The film did produce a sequel that was released in 1989 called C.H.U.D 2, Bud the C.H.U.D, which, if you watch it, seems more like a standard zombie movie instead of a follow-up to the first one. They really should have stuck with the original character design, in my opinion. Although C.H.U.D was negatively received during its initial release, it has attracted a cult following over the years and has been referenced across pop culture, including The Simpsons.
And that's when the C.H.U.Ds came at me.
Of course you'll have a bad impression of New York if you only focus on the pimps and the C.H.U.Ds.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
But also, I'm a C.H.U.D.
And what's that?
Well, if you ever listened or paid attention to me, you would know it's a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. I can't live underground because it directly impacts my C.H.U.D-like qualities, yet you continue to suggest that we live underground.
I don't understand.
Clerks 2.
Two good-looking girls who want you. You're the most hideous fucking C.H.U.D I've ever met, and you always have a pair of girls fighting over.
Archer, and The Flash. There also may be a reboot in the works from horror director / rocker Rob Zombie, who is rumored to be considering a remake of the original, so we can keep our fingers crossed for more C.H.U.D action. Overall, C.H.U.D is a standard monster movie with a good production design. The aesthetic of New York has never seemed grimier or grittier than it does in these sewers. The authentic take on the scenery allows to set up a film that builds tension well, and honestly, the best parts of the movie are when the C.H.U.Ds aren't even on screen. Keeping them in a light mystique helps them develop into more menacing creatures. It also has light social commentary about the environmental issues of its day, how corporate disposal of toxic waste could lead to disastrous outcomes. I would place C.H.U.D definitely in the top 50 horror films of the decade. Its cast is superb, the soundtrack is great, and the creature design is cool. If you come across the DVD at a garage sale, definitely give it a watch. It's worth the 50 cents. And this has been Jimmy with This Movie Sucks, the channel where we watch bad movies so you don't have to. Please like and subscribe because we are out of here.